Andy Warhol once said, everybody will be famous for 15 minutes. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Stretching Out My 15 Minutes with Alycia Cooper. This episode is about a gentleman named Aveon Falstar. He just did an interview with Tasha K, where he said that he came to a little notoriety when he was singing in the audience of the Wendy Williams show about 2 years ago. And now he's saying that Kevin Hunter owes him money and Kevin Hunter had sex with him 2 times. And now he's filing, he didn't call it a lawsuit, he called it a demand letter. So take a look at some of this.
I didn't sign a deal with him right away. Like 6 months later, Mr. G had to persuade him first. And then Kevin wasn't buying it. Nikki had to persuade Kev to sign me.
Wait a minute. When you say Nikki,
yes,
are we talking about Sharina Nicola Hudson?
Sharina Nicola Hudson. Because Kevin wasn't trying to hear it at first. He was like, nah, I ain't gonna
the mistress that just had a baby that I released exclusively on Unwind with Tasha K.
Yeah. So I'm doing this video today because I was getting some rest for once over the weekend and came across a video called the Tasha K YouTube channel. And she interviewed a guy named Aveon Falstar. And he did this long, over 1 hour interview about how he was having sex with Wendy Williams' husband, Kevin, a.k.a. Kelvin Hunter. And I watched the video, and, you know, I'm not just one of those types of people that just because you say it, it's true. So I had to watch it twice just because I was like, just because somebody says something does not mean it is the gospel. People say stuff for all kinds of reasons. And I was like, now, do I really believe what I'm hearing? I'm looking at the comments and the comment section saying things like, he sure has a lot of specifics. Specifics does not mean anything. You could take a story that applied to another man and put it on this man and still have specifics. So I'm sitting up here thinking about this and all what I've heard and what made sense and what, you know, just what my spidey senses was going up. Because one thing he said, twice Kevin Hunter did him wrong over a $5,000 check. Sends him the check bounces, sends him another check. He want to show him that he burning up the first check. You don't take people through all that kind of stuff when you know you're not going to pay him. Sends him another check and the check bounces. When you start playing with people's money, livelihood, shelter, bills, family, people get angry. And then you create enemies. And that's what Kevin Hunter has done. He's created yet another enemy in this man, and rightfully so. You do not play with people's money. You just do not. But then you have to ask yourself, you just want to listen to the story and see what makes sense and what doesn't make sense to you. I'm not saying Aveon was lying. I'm just saying for me, there was a few things that were, you know, I'm just going to do the top 3 things that made me have pause about whether or not Kevin Hunter was having sex with this man. Number 3, the wife eating grapes.
And I'm sorry, I was just gazing. I'm sorry for gazing into your husband's eyes like that, Quasi. Are you, I hope you're okay with that, girl. I'm knocked up, so.
Oh, no.
But you captivated me.
Now he's sitting here telling this salacious, awful, story, and the wife just said, "Are these grapes good?"
Those grapes were awesome.
I could tell, girl. Like,
and I'm like, if somebody telling me that it done screwed my husband in the butt, and my husband giving him fellatio, he giving my husband fellatio, I don't really think I got an appetite for grapes. But that's just me, you know. So I'm listening to the story, and the man's telling all this stuff. They was going into basically a bathhouse in New Jersey. But my whole thing is, I don't know. How you eat grapes through stories like this? You know, when y'all check it out for yourself, but you know, it just certain things just didn't set right in my spirit. Number 2, I feel like if this had happened, the way Charlamagne the God hates Kevin Hunter, and I mean hates him. You can watch The Breakfast Club. Anytime that man's name is mentioned, Charlamagne cannot stand this man. As somebody said on the Breakfast Club site, they were saying the reason why Charlamagne hates Kevin as much as he does, right here, it says, let me read it to y'all. Charlamagne's emotional because he knows Kevin tried to destroy him with paying some chick to say that Charlamagne raped her it was Kevin behind that story. That's why Charlamagne's going all the way in, and it's justified. Now, if anybody pays somebody to say that you raped them, you really are going to have nothing but hatred for that person. So it makes sense. But let me tell you another thing. If somebody tried to ruin you and you knew that they were having down low sex with men because you knew this Aveon fellow, wouldn't you be the first person to tell it? Wouldn't you slide that information in? First of all, the girl that he has the side baby with, he met her through Charlamagne. That was Charlamagne's friend first. Wouldn't Charlamagne as a friend slide to Nikki, you know your boy has sex with men too? But Charlamagne has never ever publicly said that. And I feel like if you really hate somebody, that's the first place you're going to go when you got information, because truth is an absolute defense. So I'm waiting for Charlamagne to say that one. Number one, the inconsistencies. There was a few inconsistencies in that interview, and we're going to play them here. But one of the inconsistencies, he said it wasn't a sexual relationship. Then he says, but we had sex. You cannot have it both ways. Listen to him say it for himself.
It wasn't a sexual relationship. It was much more of an abusement relationship. It was much more of a put me down and keep me as your boy toy relationship.
But you guys did have sex.
We did. We did. Gave each other fellatio. He came over and practically raped me at 3 o'clock in the morning.
When you say practically rape, you explain like how something like that went down between Wendy Williams' husband, who has now allegedly been served with divorce papers.
Yes, I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy for her because I was gonna bust him out way before. I thought she would never divorce Kev.
Another inconsistency. He said that this dude spends all his time with Nikki, that he is obsessed with Nikki. Well, if he's spending all his time with Nikki, that means he ain't got no time to spend with you. He gonna say he's stupid for Nikki. He's stupid for her. Watch him say that from his own words. But then he gonna catch himself and go, but he was stupid for me too.
He didn't even want me to mention the thought of Nikki leaving him. Oh, he is stupid. Yeah. Stupid for her. And was stupid for me too.
If he was stupid for you, he wouldn't owe you 2 checks of $5,000. If he was stupid for you, he would have paid you the money he owed you. So is he stupid for you, or are you suing him because he wasn't stupid for you? Which is it?
Let me tell you, this nigga spend 99% of his time with Nikki.
All these inconsistencies, I'm like, nah, something don't sound right. Now, he wanted to have sex with you so bad, but he didn't like the way you looked. So when y'all first met, he told you got all these bumps on your face and you need to lose weight. That don't sound like somebody with a Woody for you.
The man that you see today, I wasn't that man last year. Very insecure.
They changed your name to PM.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't know my worth. Every time he came around me, he would say, nigga, what's up with them bumps on your face? What's up with this? What's up with that? You need to lose some weight. Always putting me down. Always talking about he got a 9-inch dick when he really got a 2-inch dick. On hard. See, going around telling people, I don't want my artist looking like a faggot.
That sounds like somebody sort of grossed out by you. You got to understand, Wendy Williams is worth $60 million. Her husband gets half. So that means he's worth $30 million. If he's worth $30 million and he's into boy butt, he can afford the top boy butt in the land. He does not have to settle for boy butt. So if he's telling you your skin bad and you're fat, I think you at the back of the list. But that's just me. So, and Tasha K kept saying throughout the interview, allegedly, I think she was just as disturbed by the great eating and the inconsistencies as the rest of us. Then, this is another thing. If a man, Kevin Hunter is 46 years old, Wendy is 54. So we're supposed to believe that he waited 46 years to have his first sexual encounter with a man, because there would be other men. There would be other men coming forward. Kevin had sex with me. Kevin had sex with me. Y'all saying at the same time he ain't have time to have sex with nobody else because he was so up under the side piece. So does he have time or does he not have time? Is he crazy for Nikki or is he crazy for boy butt? It does not make sense. And he would not have one victim. He would not wait till 46 years of age to have one male victim. That's like a Catholic priest. There's not one Catholic priest who abuses boys that have only one male victim. So my thing is, I ain't saying Kevin ain't ever had sex, but I need more men to come forward, because I really find it hard that he was only going to have sex with one man, and that one man is Aveon. There's got to be more victims. But any sexual harassment lawsuits Kevin Hunter's ever had have been from females. So, I don't know. When you want what you want, you might go all in to get what you need. And you might use a whole bunch of language and stories just to get people to settle with you because you think they don't want to be embarrassed. But this is just the beginning of this situation. This is just the beginning. So I'll do a follow-up video when more information comes out. But there were just a few things in that interview that just didn't set right with me because I was listening to everything. And there was just a couple things that I wish Tasha K had followed up. I just wish there was 2 follow-up questions that Tasha K had asked. At one point, Aveon says, Kevin was behind Charlemagne too. And I'm like, behind Charlemagne? Like, are you trying to allude to something?
And you've spoken to Charlemagne as well, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Kev was behind Charlemagne, too.
I wish Tasha K had said, wait, what you mean behind Charlemagne? What you trying to say? You trying to say Kevin and Charlemagne? I wish she had caught on to that. Another thing I wish Tasha had followed up on was when he said, I've seen him choke Wendy. Watch him say that right here.
I've seen him choke Wendy. Oh, yeah. Seen him throw her, nail her out, get out the room. Get out of here.
After he said that, I wish Tasha had followed up with, well, do you think that's the reason why she came back late last year with her shoulder in a sling? Because everybody wanted to know why Wendy's shoulder was jacked up. And I just wish that she had followed up with that, because we all saw Wendy sitting in that big chair with a sling around her arm, protecting her arm. And I was wondering, was that some domestic violence? So I wish that question had been answered, because he might, depending on how long they done fell out, he might have known the answer. The last thing I want to say is whether this guy was telling the truth or not, there's a lesson to be learned in his interview. And being as though I'm somebody who's been dealing in the entertainment industry for a long time, I've been doing stand-up for the last 19 years, but before that I was behind the scenes producing. I've seen a lot. And this industry is disgusting. And if you want to be in it, you have to believe in yourself. I've seen too many people have sex with big wigs trying to cut the line. Anytime you use sex as a means to achieve, that means you do not believe in yourself. This boy's voice was good enough that he could have simply waited. If he had sex with Kevin, that was very unnecessary. Your voice is good enough, you could just wait. You can just wait. It might take you a little while longer, but if you believe in yourself and you truly have talent, you're going to get what you're supposed to get anyway. The Lord ain't going to do you like that. You got to believe in yourself and believe in a higher being and believe that you will get what you're supposed to get through hard work, paying your dues, diligence, and being the best. You don't have to sleep with anybody in the entertainment industry unless you want to. Because sleeping with somebody does not guarantee that you're going to get what you think you're going to get. I've seen a lot of people sleep with big wigs and get absolutely nothing out of it. And the worst thing you can do is then go public. Oh, I slept with X, Y, and Z and I didn't get anything. What are you the fool? You know sleeping with somebody is not a guarantee. It's just like when you invest in the stock market, you're not guaranteed to make money. So I can't stand all these people who are like, I slept with this person because I thought they were going to do something for me. Well, then you a fool. You a fool. Look within. Believe in yourself, work hard, hone your craft, and you will get it anyway. It's just going to take a little while longer, but you will have your integrity intact once you get it. So y'all need to stop trying to cut the line. If this guy had sex with Kevin Hunter, because he wanted to. I don't want to hear no my esteem was low and all this stuff. No, you was grown. You weren't a teenager. You were grown. You thought you were going to cut the line. And you didn't get anywhere, so now you sound angry. And that's a real possibility when you do unscrupulous things. It might not work out in your favor. And I can tell you for 99% of the people, it does not work out in their favor. That 1% that it does work out for, that's the extreme minority. So anybody listening to this that wants to be in the entertainment industry, work hard at it. Don't sleep around thinking that's going to catapult you into greatness. Your talent is what's going to catapult you into greatness. So leave a comment, like, subscribe, hit the notifications so you can find out when the next video is coming up. Thank you so much for listening to me. I just got inspired after listening to that interview, because just because somebody says something doesn't make it fact.
Y'all don't know how much money Kevin owe people. Kevin owe a lot of people.
Why is it that he owes this type of money and him and Wendy are not struggling? What is it? Is it that he's refusing to pay?
He's just refusing to pay.
Yeah, okay.
He's just refusing to pay. There's an employee right now. Kevin was supposed to give him $13,000, but he was only paying him so much when he wanted to. And I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you? Kevin got people. Kevin got people coming for him, like for real.